Tony was living with her auntie after her parents passed away. It was her auntie who sent her to school and supported her in everything. She made sure that Tony never felt like she didn't have parents. She provided everything Tony desired and pleased her in every way. There was a guy named Oluwole who lived in the same street with Tony and were in the same class with her. Tony and Oluwole had feelings for each other but were keeping it to themselves. After they finished secondary school, they went to the same university and still kept their feelings hidden until one day Tony had to help Oluwole with his assignment. Oluwole asked Tony to come to his house. Tony went to his house to help Oluwole. So anytime Oluwole had issue with his assignment or over something, Oluwole will call Tony to his house. One day, Oluwole was sick. He called Tony to come to his house since she was the only one he could call. He asked Tony to help him get some medicine from the pharmacy. After Tony brought him the medicine, because of the condition he was in, Tony refused to leave him alone. Tony stayed overnight and took care of him that night. That night, Oluwole confessed his feelings to Tony, how long he had kept it in his mind. I know a day will come that I will tell you this. So I'm happy that I am finally telling you this today. Wow, Tony replied. That means we have both kept each other in mind for a very long time. Oluwole was happy to hear that from Tony. As they spent more time together, their bond became stronger. And they started dating. They went out on a daily basis to have fun. Went to nightclub and night party. Tony and Oluwole lives as couple in school. This time around, Oluwole and Tony finished their studies in the university. They came back home. Tony's auntie was very happy to see Tony again. One evening, Tony and her auntie were sitting outside the house discussing. Tony told her about her experience in school. Tony, I am very proud of you, my daughter. I supported you even when it was not convenient for me. I will still try to meet your needs. After all this, you came back home with a good result. You did not let me regret taking care of you. Thank you, my love. Once again, I'm proud of you. So, what is next now? Tony replied, work. I have to get a job. Okay, that is good. I've worked, so it's time for me to enjoy, says Tony's auntie. They both laugh. I'm very grateful, aunt. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me. I am so grateful, auntie. But aunt, I want to tell you something. What is it? Auntie asked. I want to tell you that Oluwole and I are deeply in love. I love him so much. Her auntie replied and asked, does he love you? Tony replied, yes. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, aunt. And besides, I can't live without him. And he can't live without me. Hey, who is talking about love? Well, that is good news. Tony and Oluwole continued their relationship. Few months later, Oluwole's sister, who was outside the country, called Oluwole to come because she had gotten him a job in abroad. Oluwole got ready and left to abroad. Toyin was very angry and felt betrayed by Oluwole. She felt sick because of how much she missed him. She couldn't eat for 3 days. Toyin lying on the bed feeling lifeless. Toyin, you will hurt yourself because of Oluwole. You refused to eat for 3 days. Oluwole left without a word, no promise. He is there eating, enjoying himself. And here you are hurting yourself. Come out and eat. I prepare your favorites. After Oluwole left, many guys approached Toyin. However, she never gave them any chance. Toyin auntie introduced Toyin to a man called Tunde. Tunde was a rich man and well respected. Toyin played around with people. Even though he was rich, he didn't play with people's emotion. Tunde likes to give. He gave his money and helped people around him. Tunde were looking for a decent woman to settle down with. Toyin's auntie told Toyin to go on a date with Tunde. After the date, Tunde fell in love with Toyin at the first sight. Toyin came back from that date that day and told her auntie that she did not like Tunde. Auntie, when we were on the date, I don't feel anything for him. What are you saying? You may not like him now, but later I assure you that you will do. So don't rush yourself. Let's take it step by step. No, aunt, I can't love that man. My heart belongs to someone else. He don't have a chance or space in my heart. So aunt, please, I can't do this. Toyin auntie replied with a calm voice. So all this is about Oluwole. You chase all the good men that come your way. Did you know your age? You are getting old. Who knows if Oluwole is married and has children already? You are here wasting your time waiting for the same man who left you and never looked back. Tunde, who has loved Toyin, he will call Toyin. However, Toyin will ignore his calls and messages. Tunde will come to her house, but she will refuse to see him. Her auntie decided to let her be. I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do, but I know you will realize what you are doing to yourself very soon. Tunde will bring gifts for Toyin, but she will not collect it. So Toyin auntie stopped Tunde from coming to their house. I am sorry. Toyin said she is not ready for marriage. Tunde went back home that day and felt unhappy about the issue and said to himself, I won't stop. I won't give up. I will keep trying. One day, Toyin was returning back from the market, walking under the hot sun. A car parked behind her. Can't you see? Is this where you're supposed to pass? She looked to see who the person was. It was Tunde. I'm sorry, I don't know it was you. Tunde replied, It's fine. Where are you coming from? And walking under the hot sun. Toyin replied, I'm coming back from the market. Okay, get in, let me drop you home. Toyin entered into the car and Tunde drove her home. After Tunde left, Toyin said to her auntie, Auntie, I think I should give Tunde a chance and see. Her auntie, who was watching movie, quickly turned to her. What did you say? Oh, come, my girl. She hugged her Her auntie was very excited about the news. That evening, Tony called Tunde and told him that she would give him a chance. Tunde, hearing the news, was excited too. They got married and lived together. Even though Tony agreed to marry Tunde, her heart wasn't for him. Tony took a drug that could prevent her from getting pregnant. Tony was worried and took Tony to the hospital for checkup. The doctor told him that neither of them had a problem, not knowing to Tunde that Tony took drug which would prevent them from having children. Tunde tried all he could to have a child, but nothing worked. He got worried to a point where he decided to stop trying for a child. What is the use of all these things I have without a child? Even if it's just one, I will be okay. It got to a point where Tony decided to stop trying. 10 years later, despite Tony and Tony's long history together, Tony still harbored feeling for her first love, Oluwole. Tony had never been able to truly move on from Oluwole, and the memories of their passionate relationship, especially in school, she had tried to bury her feelings for him and focus on her marriage with Tunde, but deep down, she knew that her heart belongs to another. One fateful day, Tony received a message from Oluwole because she had not changed her phone number. Oluwole, who had recently moved back to their hometown, the mere sight of his name on her phone filled her with a rush of excitement, and she knew that she had to see him, even if it meant risking everything she had built with Tunde. Tony arranged to meet Oluwole in a local cafe, and immediately she saw him, her emotions came flooding back. She had never remembered that the same Oluwole left her 10 years ago without a word. Immediately, she recalled all her emotions, remembered the past, and grabbed up on each other's life. Toyin find herself falling for Oluwole all over again. As the days passed, Toyin feelings for Oluwole grew stronger, and she realized that she could no longer deny her true desire. Toyin, who never left the house, started dressing up every day to go out. Tunde, the other hand, found this suspicious. One day, Toyin dressed up to go out. Tunde asked, "Where are you going? You that I know don't like going out. Even if I asked you to let's go and have fun, you would tell me you are not going. And for the past 2 weeks, you will dress up that you are going out." Toyin replied, "No, it's not like that. It's just that this day I like going out and hanging around with my friends." Even still, Tunde find it suspicious. "Okay, no problem. You can go and make sure you have fun." Tunde decided to follow Toyin to see where she was going. Toyin came down from the car and went into a building. Who could be living here? I know all her friends. None of them is staying around here. Tunde stayed hiding. Few minutes, Toyin and Oluwole came out holding each other's hand. Tunde followed them and find out they went to the local cafe they usually go to. Tunde was very disappointed in Toyin and went back home, feeling heartbroken. Tunde, who was still sitting in the sitting room, Toyin came in. "Oh, you are back?" Tunde asked. "Yes," Toyin replied. "Welcome. Did you have fun?" "So much," Toyin replied. Toyin went inside the room. Tunde followed her. "Toyin, How could you do this to me? I love you with everything in me. I cherish you with all my heart. I did everything to please you. This drug, what is it for? I found it in your wardrobe 3 days ago. Tony was shocked but quickly lied to her husband. Dear, you know we are looking for a child, so my doctor recommended that drug for me. Tony, this same drug, I took it to my doctor and he told me that is to prevent someone from getting pregnant. Tony was shocked and could not say a word. As she wanted to speak, don't even dare to speak. You told me you want to hang around with your friends. Instead, you went to your ex-boyfriend's house. How could you be so shameless? The reason we don't have a child in this marriage is because of your ex-boyfriend. Tony, hearing those words, she knew all her secrets has come to open. She quickly knelt down. I'm sorry, please, and she started crying. To her surprise, Tunde forgave her and said to her, let it go and let's start afresh. Tony, whose heart was not with Tunde, said to herself, even if it means breaking her vows to Tunde. One night, while Tunde was fast asleep, Tony crept into their bedroom and with trembling hands grabbed a knife from the kitchen. She stood over him, tears streaming down from her eyes, knowing that she had to make a choice. In a moment of desperation and madness, Tony plugged the knife into Tunde's chest, ending his life in an instant. The act was done. Tony knew that she could never undo the irreversible damage she had caused. Tony was arrested for killing her husband, Tunde. As Tony sat in her jail cell awaiting her trial, she thought about the consequences of her actions. She had taken a life out of love for another, and now she will pay the price for her betrayal. Love has led her to commit a dangerous crime, and she will never be able to escape the guilt and shame. Remember the danger of unshaked love and the destructive power it could wield over person's heart and soul. Love could be a beautiful thing, but it could also be a dangerous force that could lead someone down a dark and treacherous path. So bestie, I hope you've learned one or two things from this story. Do well to like, share and subscribe till I bring another story your way. Bye!